How to improve commercial awareness to pass interviews. Today, we will look at our top tips for improving your commercial awareness, which is crucial when attending a first round interview or a final round interview. The areas we'll cover today will be general introduction and explaining what commercial awareness is. Then we'll go through the top tips we have to keep up to date with the news. Also, we'll give you some idea of the topics that you would need to follow. And lastly, we'll also show you some of the interview questions that you can expect are specifically about news. What is commercial awareness? Commercial awareness is a transferable skill that is a requirement for many jobs. Commercial awareness is cultivated through research into the company in question, the industry, and the business marketplace in general. Commercial awareness is an asset that companies value in a candidate. However, according to many graduate recruiters, it is one of the crucial skills that graduates lack. For graduates, being commercially aware demonstrates that you are ready to work in a business environment. Staying aware of the changes in an industry, or in some cases being able to predict them based on current and past trends, is a characteristic that many employers value. In an uncertain market, commercial awareness can help to both protect existing business ventures and create new opportunities. How to improve commercial awareness? Commercial awareness must be developed over time. It certainly can't be done overnight, so if you're thinking of doing it just before your interview, it might be too late. First, you need to conduct thorough research on the employer immediately before you apply. But you can start to develop your general knowledge of the industries you wish to enter and your awareness of political and economic events well in advance of applying. Candidates who make a concerted effort to gain commercial awareness for the year or so before applying for jobs should be, and in most cases, are in a very strong position. Second, once you are fully familiar with the company you're applying for, you need to start looking at their competitors to gain a better overview of the whole industry. Third, follow industry news. Try setting up email alerts on specific search terms, follow relevant Twitter feeds, and read industry news online. If industry news sites are behind paywalls, check if your university department has a subscription to them, or if they offer deals for students. Along similar lines, your university library or career service should have a print or online subscription to a range of business magazines, including The Economist and The Financial Times. These are excellent for giving you an overview of the world's political and economic state. Topics to follow. Here are some of the key topics you should be aware of. But remember to also research how these are or could be linked with the company and position you're applying for. Technology, laws and regulations, new company projects, mergers and acquisitions, and world affairs. The list can be longer, and it all depends on the industry and position you're applying for. But for most, this would be a good starting point to get a better idea of what exactly is it that you need to look for. Now, let's look at the technology and see what exactly is it that we need to look for when it comes to this area. Artificial intelligence or AI, robots, drones, virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, driverless cars, virtual assistants, cybersecurity, 5G, and smart cities. Of course, these are just some of the areas within the technology, but Some of these will be directly or indirectly linked to the company or industry you're applying for. So make sure you go back, look at the company or the industry, and find out exactly which one of these would apply to your situation. Laws and regulations. New laws and regulations can significantly affect the way business operates. Therefore, make sure that you're fully aware of the major changes that could affect the company you're applying for. While this is a huge area to look into, of course, you only want to focus on the ones that are linked to your company or industry. The best starting point would be to go on the company's website, as most large businesses would have a news section where they would include information that directly impacts them, such as laws and regulations. New company projects. Every now and then, companies would launch new projects. These can, of course, vary from market or product expansion, partnering with other businesses, or launching a corporate sustainability project. And again, most large companies would give you updates about these on their website. For smaller companies, it might be harder to find, but still, do try your best and find out if there are any projects that the company is planning to launch or has already involved in. Mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions, or M&A, are transactions in which the ownership of companies, other business organizations, or their operating units are transferred or consolidated with other entities. As an aspect of the strategic management, M&A can allow enterprises to grow or downsize and change the nature of their business or competitive position. While this area would be more related to investment banking, you still want to be aware if your company is planning to merge with another or planning to acquire another business. World affairs. Here we can look at a variety of different areas, but the best thing is to always start with the country where you're applying for and then scale up and look at neighboring countries, continents, and then the whole world. And some of the areas within this topic would be trade, elections, EU or European Parliament, summits, forums, major meetings between countries or presidents, such as Davos, G5, G8, and G20. You can also look at conflicts and sanctions that countries are taking, and of course other political news that you feel would have an effect on the company or industry you're applying for. Interview questions. While these can vary greatly based on the position and company you're applying for, we wanted to give you some idea of what kind of questions are there and what you can expect. And we've broken it down into 4 different areas. General, questions about you, questions about the company or industry, and also we've given you some more challenging questions that can also come up. So first, let's look at some of the general questions. So these can be such as, tell me about a recent piece of news you've read. So here you can pick anything. Second, interviewer could ask you to tell about a company that's doing well, and also tell about a company that is not doing so well. And with the third question, the interviewer could ask you a follow-up question such as, how can we help this company? Questions about you. How do you keep up to date with the news? How have you developed your commercial awareness? What topics do you follow? Why is commercial awareness important to you? Questions about company or industry. What do you believe are the biggest issues our industry faces today? And similar question, what are the biggest issues our industry faces in the future? How do we compare to our competitors? What are the greatest challenges facing our sector in, let's say, the next 5 years? And now let's look at the more challenging questions. What makes the question more challenging is that usually it's very specific to the position that you're applying for. And here we've included some examples to give you a better idea. Question 1. Who is the most powerful person in the world and why? Number 2. What's the difference between cash flow and profit? 3. What is the FTSE? Is it up or down? And what does that mean for the economy? 4. Are oil, gold, prices rising or falling at the moment? And what does that mean for businesses? Number 5. What's your opinion on... And here's the tricky part. The topic can be picked by the interviewer, so you will never know. But usually they wouldn't pick topic that's not relevant to either the company or the industry. Hopefully, after watching this video, you have gained a slightly better idea of what commercial awareness is, how to improve it, and what kind of questions you can expect from interviewers when it comes to this area. This video is presented to you by Career Interactive, the UK's leading career coaching service provider. We focus on providing in-depth and personalized career coaching services on your career choice. This includes online application forms, CV, cover letters, online tests, interview and assessment center practice. And the average time of securing a Tier 2 job offer after joining our career coaching packages is around 4 months. If you would like to find out more about us and how we can help you secure your Tier 2 position, go to our website careerinteractive.org, where you can register for free and have a look at our online platform where all the training is done. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time.